Hey everybody, Goosebumps for Dummies here. First off, sorry for the weird camera angle. I know it ain't normal, and I just fixed my camera setup, and I just want to get this review pumped out. Especially since it's late, which is my second thing I wanted to mention. Yeah, my fat ass is super duper lazy that this video is a week late. Yes, I've been just lazily sitting around the house for the first bit of summer, and yeah, I just didn't really want to do this book review or any reviews or any videos really, but I'm bored. It's late at night, and I'm like, I don't want to go to bed yet. So let's make a review for When the Ghost Dog Howls. Probably the most forgettable and, well, tying into that, least popular Goosebumps books of all time. I shouldn't be yelling that loud. It is like 1 a.m. So let's talk about it. And now for the blurb. It has powers you may not want to unleash. In Horrorland's eerie gift shop, Andy finds a houndstooth necklace. The big hoof is yellow, has 2 sharp points, and, according to the shopkeeper, is said to grant wishes. This sort of doesn't sound very good, huh? But Jonathan Schiller knows something else about the tooth. It's said to be haunted by the ghost of a huge hound. A ghost that's got a mouthful of sharp teeth, but wants this one back. And you got an image of a clown horror on there, named Murder of a Clown. We'll get to that detail in a minute. This book is forgettable for all the right reasons, man. I see every bit why it's forgettable. It's like a blatant, it's a Goosebumps story. It just, by the numbers, has every Goosebumps trope in there. And also, part of this book really sucks. Like, a big part of it. Not a lot of this book is really good. And you wouldn't have a great time reading this, I'll just say. If you like it, I'm glad, but personally here, yeah, this was not a fun time. But there are some good things about this book, and mainly that being the fucking intro. As bad as a book this is overall, and a start to Arc 2, it's a bad start to Arc 2, it has a good start up to the book. And that startup is probably one of the best segments in Arc 2 of Horrorland. I'm just going to say it flat out. That segment is what helps this book keep its head above the water, It isn't drowning out there in the lake of Goosebumps media. No. Okay, the first segment of this book, which takes place in Horrorland, like all of the Arc 2 books from the Horrorland series, it takes place in the Haunted Theater. And where it goes, it may or may not involve some zombies and some, I think, gore, whatever. It was fucking awesome, I tell you. One of the creepiest, most eerie segments in all of Goosebumps, well, at least main or modern era. Yeah, it was a really good segment, and even had a horror clown, which is a good character, by the way. I really like this character, what we got of it, named Murder. Sounds familiar? Yeah, I think it's a big coincidence, and this has nothing to do with Murder the Clown from, Nightmare on Clown Street. Sorry, I forgot the book name. That's also a forgettable title. It's a fucking blatant ripped off of, you know what, Elm Street. Anyways, yeah, pretty good fucking segment. In fact, it's really good. And from then on out, until the halfway point of the main story, it's alright. It's just alright. And that's about it. That's all I like about the book. So what the fuck happens? Well, let me give you a metaphor. Imagine you're in a race, alright? You're halfway through that race. So far, it's going real good. You're really liking it. And you fall flat on your face. Who knows what you tripped over? Maybe a fucking caterpillar, maybe it's air, maybe it's a huge boulder, you don't fucking know. But you fell flat on your face. You get back up. It fucking sucked ass. It was a horrible experience, but you gotta keep going. You're only halfway there. You can finish the race, even if you're gonna end up in last. And the rest of that race is agonizing. Not as bad as that face fall, like falling directly in your face, but you are limping a great deal, alright? And then you reach the finish line, you finish the race, and you get to go to the bleachers, wherever. You get to drink from your water bottle, only when you reach for your water bottle, you grab it. It might or may not spill, mate. You don't get any of that water, and you're just left with sour taste in your mouth of not only defeat, but literal pain. Well, you may not experience literal pain unless you get a paper cut from this book, but that perfectly describes the book. That's how it feels reading this agonizing book. It has a great, first, 60, I don't know how many pages, but first half. But when you reach the fucking dream sequence, it plummets. It plummets! So what is this dream sequence? Well, before I completely bash the fuck out of it, here's a rundown. Basically, this kid passes out from getting electrocuted by the Houndtooth. And he has a dementiac episode, if you want to put it like that. Then there's a outer space scene. And then there is a monkey fight. In a zoo cage, I think. You know, not even just a monkey, it's a fucking ape. A gorilla. And it's for 20 pages, maybe 15. And it adds nothing to the story. And is easily the worst segment in this book. And one of the worst in all of Horrorland, or maybe even Goosebumps. It is agonizingly just so out of place in this book. It has nothing to do with the story. It adds nothing to it, too. It's literally just a filler 20 pages of horrible fucking nonsense. What the fuck? What the fuck? Just what the fuck? I don't know why it's in there, but it's in there, and guess what? It is fucking horrible. Yeah. Besides that terrible fucking sequence, I don't think it's that fucking bad, but it is pretty fucking bad. We also have the rest of the book, which is kind of a burn, alright? It's a slow burn. It's not very fun. It's kind of just be careful what you wish for type shit. I think there's like a stealing of tooth, and it's kind of a dumb thing in there. When you finally get to meeting the ghost dog that does in fact howl, I think, it's kind of alright. You know, it just happens, and it ain't very good. It's just like, okay. Let's just say it's one of the most underwhelming things ever. He shows up, and he's a ghost dog. He's a mean ghost dog. That's all I can say. He is one of the... He's a villain, alright. He's an antagonist, but he's extremely underwhelming for being built up this whole book to be a giant threat. He's just a fucking ghost dog. And he's mean. What more can I say? Fucking disappointing ass villain. I mean, look at that on the cover. You think he's gonna be doing a lot of shit. You know, you think he's gonna be chasing these kids down the alleyways through streets. He might bite them. He might fucking make them. Maybe they'll start bleeding. You know, maybe release some bloodshed. No, it's just a fucking ghost dog that's really mean. And he wants his tooth back. You know, he tries, but it's fucking... It's just a fucking dumb fucking climax. I did not like it. Yep. The book really fell on its face, and it really limped the rest of the way there. It was a horrible limp, might I add. Yeah, just the second half of this book, in the dream sequence, it really was not that good. Also, you know, it's a bit of a slow burn. And also, it is a fucking be careful what you wish for story, sort of. So. Yeah. Now for my rating. 3.5 out of 10. That fucking opening, man, was awesome! Really good! Pretty good from there on out to the dream sequence, which fell on its face, was fucking horrible, one of the worst modern Goosebumps segments ever. Complete filler, had nothing to the book, and was shit. And you just got a very slow burn rest of the book, which isn't very good. Yeah. And kind of underwhelming. Nice lore for the ghost dog, though. I guess that was pretty cool. I really like that segment in the Jonathan Schiller, shop in the first 40 pages, but I already said it was a pretty awesome part of the book. That's why it is not so fucking low. It's not like a 2 out of 10 because of that fucking part, man. And yeah, when the ghost dog howls, 3.5 out of 10. What the fuck happened here? Yeah, that's a good tagline. I hope you guys enjoyed this book review. Tell me what you think of this book below. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Like me? I'm dying to know. I'll turn to completionist right there. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.